Right, and here we go. The podcast is live. Welcome, welcome. I don't know what to call you.
You could. It's
Yeah,
okay. That's
that's
fine. I
okay.
know I
That's
didn't want
okay.
to. I
That's
wanted to
okay.
become kind of anonymous, but I
Yeah.
could share my name. My name's Carlos.
Okay, pleasure to meet you, Carlos. We've
Thank you,
met for a
sir.
while now. Um, yeah. And here, I'm just gonna. I know it's a little bit in your face, but I'm just gonna twist the microphone towards you.
Sure.
Just a bit. Just a bit.
All
The
right.
closer we are, the better. The better. Even though I know you can't really see me. Here, I'll move this way.
I could see you.
Okay.
I could see you.
Perfect. Yeah. So I want to do this podcast with you because I think you're a really fascinating person. We're not going to talk about what your job is. That's fine. We're going to leave that out. Well, I guess we can dive right into it, right?
Sure. Let's do it.
So one of the fascinating things I found about you is your meditation practice, everything you told me about meditation. And what I find too is sometimes when I would sit down and talk with you, it feels like you're giving me all of your attention. And it's kind of uncanny in a good way. And like makes me feel really heard and welcome. Like it's really nice to experience that. I'm guessing that's like a practice thing you've been doing, right? Or
Yes and no.
Okay.
It's funny you say that because the listening part is definitely. I have to say that is from meditation and from just calming my mind and my body throughout the years of meditating. But I also found certain people just have that natural instinct to them. I'll give you an example. There's one of my coworkers in here that what you just told me, I get the exact same thing from her. As soon as I start talking, there could be a group of people, I focus on her. And the reason why is because when I talk, you could tell she's very attentive, almost to the point that her eyes don't even blink. And that captures my attention. And it also puts me in a position just like what you were saying. It's something different. I know somebody's hearing me. It's not just me saying a bunch of words and then somebody waiting for me to stop so that they could put their 2 cents in. Somebody's actually paying attention to me. And it's nice. It's gratifying. And it's very welcoming.
yeah, no, I found the same thing. By the way, just as an aside, right now, I did a practice round with my girlfriend, and I found that if I go on a podcast when I do that, it's actually really annoying. So that's why I'm nodding my head.
Okay.
But it's actually funny because I'm forced to retrain myself. I really want to do the verbal confirmation to everything you're saying, and it's funny to just like, okay, no, I got to nod. I got to nod instead, right?
You're gonna hear a lot of from me.
No,
Sorry.
that's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't
It's
worry.
just that's my natural
That's okay,
thing.
yeah.
When you're talking and I'm listening, it's
Yeah,
almost my acknowledgement to you.
Yeah,
I hear you.
yeah, I know.
I know where you're coming from.
Yeah. Okay, good,
So,
good.
yeah.
So I'm not alone on this.
No, and I think a lot of people are like that.
Yeah. There's a ton of verbal cues that we do that we're not aware of. What you mentioned just now about the blinking, it's really interesting. I was listening to a different podcast, and the person there studies body language. And that's what he was saying. When a person's really dialed in, their blink rate slows. It really slows. So, and you would compare that to that baseline. Likewise, if they're freaking out, if something's stressing them out, the blink rate goes fast. If you ask them a question and they're like, oh no, I don't know how to answer that, or they're worried, right, the blink rate goes up. It's when I teach a class, right, I try to pay attention to it's hard to train myself to pay attention, but I try to kind of keep an eye out to see if people are nodding. I always try to make direct eye contact and just, are they nodding, are they paying attention, are they tuned in, are they blinking slow? But no, it for sure feels very welcoming. You're right? Because so many people inside, they're getting ready their next thing. And it's almost like, at least to myself, I sometimes say, I've heard all my stories before. It's like, why do I want to keep getting them out? I would rather just listen to what the other person has to say, right?
And that's the problem. When you're thinking about what you're going to say next, you're not giving yourself that opportunity to listen to what that person's telling you.
Yeah.
So you miss out on a lot of the conversation.
Yeah.
Sometimes a conversation could be pointless, but there's that one sentence that certain person says, and we all know it sticks with you, right? Sometimes it's just that one thing that somebody says, "Oh man, I so relate to that," but we lose that because we're paying attention to what we want to say and what we want to get out.
Bit of a pivot. Do you believe in fate?
Absolutely.
Tell me about it.
Fate, now be specific. Fate in terms of what? Fate in terms
How
of,
would you define it?
well, it could be so much. It could be destination. It could be religion. It could be, I mean, when you say faith, it could be
Unavoidable.
unavoidable faith.
Yeah. No, not faith. Fate. Fate.
Fate.
Fate. Yeah. Faith is a separate. I want to talk to you about that too. But
Yeah.
fate.
Like, give me an example. Like, where you, like, I need to understand where you're going with it.
Meeting a loved one, for instance, right? Just
Okay.
meeting somebody who's meant to be your
Like,
soulmate.
like soulmate.
like unavoidable things in life. Certain things that are just meant to happen.
I think that are meant or not meant. To
meant.
happen.
Both, I suppose.
Well, that's the universe.
Okay.
That's the universe.
Okay.
That what you talk about is the universe talking to you, and I think, yeah, I believe in that, but I believe also that you have to listen to it, because it comes to you.
Okay.
Sometimes you don't know it. Sometimes you don't know it at the moment, but you'll realize it afterwards. So, do I believe in it? Absolutely, absolutely.
What you said there about listening to it is really interesting for me because there's definitely, I've had moments where there's a thought in my head that feels I should act on it. And it's got more gravity than other thoughts. And I haven't run a scientific study on this, but to me, it seems to pay off. I'll give you an example.
I was going to ask you, can you give me an example?
So I'll give an example. I used to work for a dealership. I'm not going to say which dealership, but I love working with them. They had really unique cars, just really unique cars, basically. And I actually used to go, because my sleep schedule's messed up. And I used to go at 2 a.m. to their dealership parking lot just to look at the cars they had, because it was just fun for me. And I majored in photography. That's where I went to Ryerson for, now TMU. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to be a photographer. I knew how to do it, but I didn't know how to make money with it. So I was really depressed because I'm just unemployed. I'm an only kid, so my parents are always, no, it's okay. You don't need to. Don't worry about it. My mom would be like, get a job, and then when I get a job and I'm stressed, like, you don't need to be stressed. You don't need to, So I was just feeling very stressed. Generally, I didn't know what I was going to do with my life, and finally, I kind of like, I'm just going to give up on this. To heck with it. I'm going to try something else, maybe a car salesperson. And I thought to myself, well, yeah, I kind of would want to work at that dealership. And I had this feeling that I need to use a Sunday, or no, it couldn't have been a Sunday, I suppose. Doesn't matter what day it was. I had a feeling that I need to go there and talk to them right now. But I'm like, well, what am I even going to talk to them about? But there's a feeling there. So what I decided to go is I would show up and I would say, hey, I realize I want to be a car salesperson. I'm going to get my own license. But I want to know, would you guys hire me? Because I want to work with you. If you don't hire me, then I'll look elsewhere. But I just want to know, is there possibly a position here for me? So I went there. I met with Mike, the owner. At the time, I think it's the first time he met me. I don't think even though I've been coming to his dealership for like 2 years at night, I think it's the first time he actually met me. And I said to him, look, I've been doing photography. I've been banging my head, but it's not working out. I want to try something else. I love working with people. I love the idea. Would you hire me? And like I said, if you don't hire me, I'll go elsewhere. But like, I want to be here. And he told me, look, Oleg, I need a seasoned salesperson. I need somebody who's been doing this for a while. But we literally just had a meeting last week and we realized we need a full-time photographer. Would you be interested?
Wow.
I just walked into it.
Wow.
I just walked into it, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know.
I mean, if you don't believe in faith after something like that, I mean...
Yeah. Well, I'm not... Yeah, but that's why I'm asking you, because I'm curious, like, what your relationship is. Because I do think... I don't know. I hesitate to use the word God because there's a lot of layers to that word, but we can use that. I think there is something out there that cares about us deeply.
Oh, absolutely.
Deeply. And wants to participate, in my opinion, wants to participate in our lives as much as we let it. I think we're the ones that are kind of determining how much of that, or I think maybe it's always participating, but whether we see it or not is up to us. So, yeah.
Do you think that circumstances like that are humans are put in those kind of positions so that, because listen, faith, whether it be religion or something, is one of those things that you could believe in it, but you'll never see it, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Is that not an indicator of somebody from way above whatever you want to believe in, whether it be, like you said, God, whatever it is, saying that, hey, knock, knock, I'm here?
I think if you listen to it,
It goes back to what I said, if you
Yes.
listen to it.
Yes, but it's also interesting because I think that that's an indication, to me at least, that there's respect for free choice,
Yes.
right? It almost feels like whatever that is, the God or whatever, it almost feels like it's hiding, and it wants you to find it, but it's not gonna just show itself.
Right.
You have to, and I think that makes sense, right? Because I don't know. I kind of think of it like this. I hope we have eternal lives. That's what I really hope is true. So then I guess we do this over and over, which I think would be fun, because I think this is fun to do. I think living and existing can be a lot of fun. And I think maybe the fun of it is, if we never actually die, how amazing it is to pretend like we could, you know? Like the stakes of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it a little bit differently. I see it almost like it's guaranteed that we don't die.
How? How so?
Well, put it this way. When you die, right, your physical body stays here, right? But what happens with your spirit? What happens with your spirit? I mean, when you were born, you were just a body at first, right?
Yes.
And then as soon as you came, because you were inside your mom, and then as soon as you came outside, boom, you got life.
Yeah.
So just as when you die, you were just a body, and then your soul came in,
Yeah.
right? And then all of a sudden, your soul came in, boom, you're a body. Now you die. Your body stays here, and your soul goes. So why would you ever think that there's nothing that happens after the fact, after your death? I mean, why would there be so much energy coming into your body just to leave your body and that's it? Does that make sense?
I hear what you're saying.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that so much energy, look, the whole universe, the whole world is energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does not make sense that you're giving us all this energy to come in here, to live into a body, and then just to get out of the body, and then after that, nothing happens. It doesn't make sense.
I think it depends also just what the person believes.
It goes back to your faith.
Yeah, because the answer is, at least, again, from people who do not believe in the stuff, would be, you have, and I don't want to actually go there, because that's not what I deep down really hope is true, right? The answer to people who are not spiritual would be, there's no reason to assume there's a soul. But again, let's not go there. I don't want to go there, right? Because that
So
gets us.
what's making you alive then? If there's no soul,
They would say probably just electricity. By the way, that is the fascinating question. But what I would say is that's not what I hope is true. I guess for me, there's a part of me that really wishes I didn't have to believe. There's a part of me that wishes I knew it with the certainty of flipping this light switch. If I could flip I think I know the lights will go out. There is a chance this might not be hooked up, and if I press it, the lights won't actually go out.
Sure.
But I kind of wish I had that certainty. My next thought immediately from that, though, if I had that certainty that everything's okay and there is, and I'm like right where you and I are right about this, would there be a point in continuing to live?
Absolutely.
I don't know if there would be.
I think
Hold on. Let me lay out the argument. Let me lay out kind of why I think that's the case. I think the fundamental mystery of this world is we don't actually know. Like, we don't know it with a certainty of flipping a light switch. And that leaves a possibility that you might be wrong, and it gives everything stakes. It gives everything, if deep down there's some feeling that it all can come crashing down and everything will be terrible and there's no way up, like there's no way out, it gives life a certain flavor that you wouldn't get from a video game. Because in video game, outcomes are guaranteed. If you try long enough, you will get there. There's no there's no failure in video games, not really. If you had that in life, I actually feel you would lose a lot of the purpose, really. I don't think most people, if they knew that they would go on forever and all that, I think they would just, they might live, but I think it really would destroy a lot of the enjoyment that we actually get from not knowing that. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm. What's your take on that?
It's going to be kind of very bizarre.
That's okay.
I think this is a lab.
Okay.
Everything is a lab. And the reason why you're been put on this earth is to be studied.
Okay.
So your spirit comes in here. You go through your body, and you go through your life. And and it's those actions, how you live your life, how you're Oleg, how I'm Carlos, how you go about living your life, that then gets assessed by somebody else, and then your spirit will get, they say reincarnated. I don't think it's reincarnated. I think it's a download and an upload, download and an upload, download and an upload. All that information goes up, gets downloaded, your soul goes back out to the next one.
Okay. Are you coming at it from are we talking about actual computer? Or is this a metaphor?
Metaphor.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Because I'm thinking maybe like you're thinking like singularity type thing. But okay, we can set that aside. That would be also a fascinating topic.
It would be, yeah. But it's somebody, our creator.
Yeah.
Our creator is the one who's doing it.
Okay. And then what do you think is the ultimate? Do you think there's a purpose, first of all? And
absolutely.
I guess there would be. Okay.
Absolutely.
And what would be the purpose?
How you lived your life. How you lived your life. So that is one of my biggest things is, and, we're sitting in my office right now. And, up behind my wall over there, you'll see
David Goggins
and two books of his. And
yes.
I'm a runner. I run every day, and I'm constantly listening to this man. And I have the same belief as he does when it comes to this. I think there's an ultimate judge.
Okay.
And the way it works out, that you have your template already listed for you. So your creator said, this is Oleg. This is what you are supposed to do. There's already a template for you on how you're supposed to live your life. And there's different characteristics of yours, blah, 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 how you should live your life. Your job is to not only meet those criterias, but exceed them.
But why? What's the reason? Why?
Because that's your mission in this life. There's good.
Why does there need to, like why does there need to be a mission?
It goes back to yin and yang. You got to balance everything out.
Okay.
You're going to have good people, you're going to have bad people.
Okay.
Your job as a good person is to balance off all the negativity in this world.
And do you think the bad people also have a template, or like is that their role, or are they falling away from
the bad
their
people? So it's the bad people are those who they've come, they go, they come, they go, they get reincarnated, but there's nothing that could save their soul.
Okay.
And you need good and bad with anything to balance anything out. Think about it. If it was all too good, things would be a lot different. If it was all too bad, things would be a lot different.
In the Zen practice, as I'm understanding it, I don't know if I understand it, but there is that idea that one cannot exist with it. It's two sides of the same coin. Yeah,
I live with it every day. So one of the reasons why, and I talked to this about. I told you I had a vendor here, and we kind of our energies kind of met a lot. And she's like, how do you stay so? Because I told her my schedule, like what I do go through on a daily basis. She goes, how do you stay so disciplined?
Yeah.
And one of the things I said to her, I have to live with the angel and the devil constantly on my shoulders. So on the left side, I got my angel. On the right side, I got the devil. And they're constantly talking to each other. And that's where I get my discipline for.
Okay.
So like in the morning, like I'll go for sometimes a 4:00, 4:30 morning run. And I'm lacing up my shoes and I'm saying to myself, I don't want to do this shit. It sucks.
Yeah.
But then I do, then I say, no, you're a wimp. It's a little bit more drastic if I use my own language, but I don't want to use it, but this is how I talk to myself.
Do you like it?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely.
I think, by the way, there's a really big difference between having a self-talk like that, but you like it, versus not. Because some people have a really strong negative voice in them that they didn't choose. And I think people don't realize that you can change it. You can work.
You're absolutely right.
But I didn't mean to interrupt. Yeah.
No. You're absolutely right. I totally agree with you. It's got to be, just like everything in this life, in this universe, has to be balanced off.
Yes.
And if you're telling me that you don't have, everybody has the devil and the angel.
Oh, everybody does, for sure.
Everybody does. Now, it's up to you whether you want to listen to it and whether you want to correct it. I analyze my day at the end of the day, every day. And you know what? I make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. But it's working at it, you know? You got to say at the end of the day to yourself, you know what? You did this, and good, but you messed up over here. Let's make sure it doesn't happen again. Or sometimes it's hard to say, let's make sure it doesn't happen again. But let's work our best to try not to make it happen again.
What's so interesting to me about what you're saying here is, because I'm seeing the way, we don't have video, right? And that's okay. I don't want to deal with that yet. But I'm seeing your face with how you say it. And I think you have to be actually very well integrated to be able to say that, because I'm thinking of myself, even probably now, I can be really hard on myself. But to a point where I need the opposite. I need to say to myself, you did all right. Like, you did good.
Yeah.
You know, you feel like you meant, but you did all right. Most likely, all the things that's in your head, people aren't thinking that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I put these huge. I hear where you're coming from.
Yeah.
When you said I'm hard on myself, I don't know if you saw my eyes, but I was like, God, you have no idea how hard I am on myself. I put these huge goals on myself, and I'm so hard on myself. But that's what it takes.
Is it okay if I ask, what are some of your goals?
I'll give you a great one.
Okay.
So I'm like I said, I'm a runner, right?
Yeah.
This is a great one. You're gonna love this one.
Okay.
I don't do marathons because at my age, my wife doesn't want me to do it because of health reasons. I get where she comes from. I'm getting where she comes from. I have to respect that. But I do run a lot. I mean, I'm 53 years old. I'm running 100 plus kilometers a week.
Okay.
So here's one of the goals I put on myself. And there's a reason I do this. I don't run marathons, but I do my own ultra marathon. And here's my own ultra marathon. It's 4,000 kilometers a year.
Okay.
Okay, so now here's
that's North America. That's
whatever it is.
No, actually, no, it's not. Never mind. Sorry. Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
But this is why I do it. For me to hit that goal, right? And by the way, last year I was 56 kilometers short of it.
Dang.
Yeah. I'm not so far. I'm tracking. I'm half year, and I'm close to 2,000. So I'm right there right now. If I keep it up so far, and we had a bad winter because I run in the winter time, but we had a bad winter compared to last year. If I keep on doing what I'm doing, I'm gonna hit it this year.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to it. But if you think about this, look, to do 4,000 kilometers a year divided by 365 days. That means I gotta be running at least minimum 10 to 15 kilometers a day.
Yeah.
A day. So guess what? There's no days off.
Yeah.
And if
That's
you
a
do,
lot.
but here's the thing. If you do take a day off, you know what it
You got to
means?
do 30.
You got to do exactly. So the next second day, you got to up it. You got to double it. So you put these big goals on yourself because you know what? You don't get yourself any breaks. But here's what it does for you. You know, when you were just saying, let's rewind a little bit back when you say you were hard on yourself and this and that. When you do that and you got that day in that you just killed it, you know, like, oh, man.
Yes. Yes.
At the end of the day, you're like, as much as your devil was talking to you, you know what I say to myself at the end of the day? You a bad boy. That's all I have to say. You a bad boy.
Yeah.
Because it's 1% of the population that's doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So if that's not motivation,
I like that. I like
if
that.
that's how you have to talk to
I
yourself.
like that.
So you have to say, you know what, you're a wimp, you think, but at the same time, it's just like
Yeah,
what you
you're
said.
doing
You have to
things,
have that
yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
You're a bad boy.
Yeah.
You're a bad boy.
Yeah. One of the things I'm kind of chasing is I mean, more sales than real estate, right? But I like door knocking. I really I'm still a little bit terrified of it, but I overall I think I actually really like it.
It worked for you in the car dealership.
Well,
That was door knocking.
Well, I mean, most of my first and second year in real estate was door knocking. It was pretty much all of it actually. But
And that takes guts.
yeah, but well, my problem is now consistency because I can have a really good day. I went out to door knock Monday, an hour and a half, and got 8 phone numbers.
Okay.
Right, like that's not necessarily leads. People just want to stay in touch with me, but I got 8 phone numbers. That's not nothing. That's nice, and I'm just like, if I can just do that 5 days a week, are you kidding me? And the thing is, it's not. I like what I like about what I love about real estate. First of all, it's just people. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I care about properties all that much. I don't know if I do. I like everything else about it.
That's
I like
good.
meeting people. I like helping them. I like driving to places I've never seen before. I like being out and about. I love the negotiation, all of that. But and the money's nice too, right? It's a high risk, high reward type thing. You work a lot, but then once in a while it pays out. But when I door knock, I just love meeting people. I just love that improv, the unexpected. A guy gave me free TV on Monday. Guy was garbaging things. I walk up to him. I'm like, "Are you moving? Am I too late?" Get them. We start chatting. He's giving offering his friend a TV. The friend doesn't want it. I'm like, "Can I have it?" It's like a 15-inch TV. It's in my room right now. It works.
So far, what you've told me seems like when you go out there and you try to make things happen.
Yeah.
And then you said something very key there. You like working with the people. I think it's very key when you do something you love to do and you put money aside first.
Yes.
And you just focus on what you truly love and what your real intentions are out of it, the money will come after.
Yeah. I that's the hope.
Is it not work? Is it working out for you?
I don't feel like it is. We'll see. Real estate might not be the way to do it.
Okay.
Right. Again, I might actually try car sales.
Okay.
I might go fully into teaching. Right. I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. What I realized is for me, I don't like having fears that I can't conquer.
Okay.
And door knocking was a fear I felt I couldn't conquer. Now I feel pretty good about it. So it's funny how it's not bothering me as much. Like the success and failure doesn't bother me as much as have I given up my all? Have I tried everything I possibly can? Have I gave it a good? Because the feeling that I could have and I didn't. I could have done this thing that I really love and I didn't. That I think is a really big driving force for me. I used to busk. I used to play guitar on the streets. I used to play piano in the subway. I had a keyboard rigged up to a battery. And that was also one of those things where like I still do it. I've literally renewed my license 2 weeks ago because now I just miss it. It's very fun. It's just the connections you build with people. It's so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's good.
but I hate being limited by my fears. I mean, there's reasonable fears too, right? Like I don't really want to test myself out by going to war. I don't want to do that. I'm okay. I'm okay with having fear of dying. I'm okay with that, at least in that regard. But certain things, if it's a dream and I'm held back by my own, fear, I don't like it. Not a fan.
Okay. But I think fear is necessary to have, to overcome.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's also just practical. It's also practical.
But think about if you suck at something and you keep on working at it and working at it and working at it, and then you get better and better and better.
Yeah,
I mean, doesn't that also make you feel good?
it does.
It was fear.
It does if it's something I really truly want.
Yeah,
like this podcast
absolutely.
is something I really badly like. I want it. I just enjoy it. And doing this is already success.
And
Look, we're doing this. This is a success.
I could tell, and you're very natural at it.
Thank you.
And I hope it works out for you. I
Yeah.
mean, I known you from as an instructor and everything, and you're good with people, and you're very articulate.
Thank you.
And yeah, you mean well.
Yes.
And I think in today's world, there's not a lot of people like you.
Okay.
So I think you need to get your message out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. Okay. This feels like a good place to call it. Do you want to call it, or do you want to keep talking? What are you feeling? Do you got to go?
I kind of have to get some stuff. I would like. I like what we've been talking about so far. Maybe what about if we do a part 2 someday
Sure.
of this?
100%.
In
100%.
the near future.
Yeah,
I'd like to talk
yeah.
to you about more things.
Okay.
I know we didn't get really into the whole meditation thing, but maybe let our next episode be
About that.
meditation, and I also want to really get into discipline.
Sure. 100%.
I think
100%.
discipline is one that I could maybe give you get a lot of people
Sure.
insight on.
Sure. Well, me.
And
Yeah.
some people need it, because I know a lot of people come to me because they see my level of discipline, and they ask me constantly all the time,
Okay.
where do you get it from? So maybe that'll be episode number 2
Okay.
for us.
Okay. Let's do that. Well, you know what? Here, we'll pause here for now.
Yeah.
Let me save it just to make sure whatever's recorded is saved, and then literally right now we can decide, because actually the discipline part. Here, give me a second. Let me pause this.
My prayer before we go live.
We're already live.
Well,
It's okay.
My prayer.
I'll edit that out if we have to. I think it's fun though.
All right.
Yeah, and here's part 2, like 10 minutes later, which is because I still want to talk. So hold on, and again, this little bit, if we need be, I'll edit out. I know you said you also want to talk about a meditation technique thing. Do you want to do that today, or do you want to do that another time?
We could talk about particular techniques. We could talk about meditation.
No.
in
You
general.
were saying last time you had a specific thing you wanted to kind of.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about, or do you want to save that? Will that need a longer time frame, you think?
It won't need a longer time frame, but it's something that it's my own thing.
Okay.
I kind of came up with it,
Okay.
but it's something that if you just try doing it off the bat, it's going to be, without meditating first and just going straight into this, I think you may not understand the true point of meditation, is what I'm trying to
Okay,
get at.
okay.
So I could talk about it, but I don't know if it's going to benefit those who
Okay.
are just getting into meditation.
Okay.
It's what I call it's a 3D meditation.
Okay.
So
Okay.
do you want to talk about it?
Yeah. Well, I guess I first kind of want to know how you came to meditation.
To meditation.
And actually, before all that, if you don't mind, so you have my understanding is you have extensive experience in meditation. Do you want to talk about that? How you came to that?
I don't know if you could call it extensive experience. I guess it's a lot of trial and error.
Yeah. Well, I think you said you were teaching it too, right? At some point, or no?
I have a degree in it.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
I would say that's extensive experience.
I did it more because, I took the degree more because of At the beginning, I was meditating, obviously for my own personal reasons. I went through some trauma in my early days, which I had problems, and you could relate with this, insomnia and
Yeah.
sleeping and whatnot. And
I'm on 4 hours of sleep right now. And I've been on 4 hours of sleep the last 2 days.
okay,
Yeah. No, so completely
how do you
relates. Yeah.
function with that? How are you when you wait? How you function with 4 hours of sleep? Are you Does your mood change at all?
Yeah, a
It
little
does.
bit.
Okay.
I like to word it God giveth, God taketh away type thing because, I can't fall asleep like a normal person, but I seem to have a lot more stamina without sleep than a normal person as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, I get irritable a little bit. I find being aware of how it affects me. I mean, if I'm behind the wheel, I want to be extra careful. Because I teach driving as well, right? And I always tell my students, start noticing if you ever catch yourself, oh my God, what's wrong with me today? Like the little thing where it's like, what am I doing? Why? I know better than that. That's an indication that you're tired. And I mean, ideally, you don't want to drive, but sometimes you don't have a choice. You're just there. You're already there, right?
Right.
So simplify things, right? If I really have to drive and I'm tired, I plot the route with a few turns as possible. I turn
Okay.
off the music. I remove all distractions. And I try to calm myself down. I feel just being relaxed goes a long way. And this is something I've tried and it works really well for me, 20-minute naps. Not longer. Because apparently if you do it longer, you get into REM sleep. And that's when basically it's harder to get out of it. You're groggy. But 20 minutes, if you're really tired, just in the car, it's so good. It's so refreshing. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I got into it, and it was just to help me manage that. But then, meditation is one of those things, especially at the beginning. You're like, okay, here I am in the darkness, listening to myself. Am I doing this right? What is this supposed to do to me?
That's one of the questions. There's two questions I kind of wanted to ask you about this. What's the point of meditation, and what different techniques are there? Because I think there's multiple points and a lot. I think there's at least 6 techniques I've heard of. I wouldn't be able to list them, but yeah, did you want to talk about that a bit?
Sure, sure. So for me now, meditation, what was before and what is now are two different things.
What's the scope of possibilities? What are the different reasons why people do it?
Oh,
Generally speaking.
it's endless.
Okay.
For me, it's an organ. Right now, I'm not even meditating. To tell you the truth, I'm doing what's called a guided breathing technique, which is different than meditation. But when I was meditating, it started off to dealing with my insomnia, and once I corrected that, it became an organization of the mind. So, us as humans, the average human will go through 60,000 thoughts a day. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It means your mind's constantly working.
It gets tired. Yeah.
Right. And if in order for you to have a balanced life, you got to compartmentalize those thoughts. So, in my case, I got kids at home, got a wife, got a job, got a team here I have to deal with, got work, got all my responsibilities. All that is stress. All that is like thoughts. You got to learn how to compartmentalize that. So, you got to learn how to, you deal with you come with your thoughts, you deal with them. Okay, this is what's coming up. How am I going to deal with it? And then you go through, you rationalize it in your mind, and then you put it away. And then you move over to the next one. And you keep on, and that's how now I deal with my meditation. Before it was more like I would listen to what somebody said, like a guided meditation, I just follow it. And there's a lot of benefit to that too.
Yes.
Lots of benefit. It's a different type of meditation. That you're controlling more a specific area of what you want to deal with. So whether it be sleeping, stress, etc., etc., right? So meditation for me is a lot different forms. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah. So if I can just maybe jump in here for a moment, I've been playing with it myself, and for me, I've watched a bunch of YouTube channels. There's a YouTube channel, Healthy Gamer GG. I don't know if you ever heard of
no,
that.
no.
He's a psychologist, proper full-on psychologist, but he also has spent, I think he said 9 years before he became a psychologist, training in Indian like spirituals. I don't know if it's self. I don't want to put words in his mouth.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
but the spiritual practice, meditations, and so he knows a lot about that stuff too. And my understanding is there is some scientific research to support the idea that just being in the present helps tremendously, helps with mental well-being, because it really does seem to be like one of those things where worries are in the future, regrets are in the past, and if I can just be now, genuinely not think about the future and the past, I'm happy, my brain gets rest,
Right.
I remember who I am. So for me, I've been trying specifically to. I initially tried to use sounds as a means of, because the brain has to have pay attention to something, is my understanding. You can't just say no thoughts because it has to latch onto something. So sounds, focusing on all sounds. I remember the first time I felt this incredible wave of relaxation come over me. It was just, oh my God, I want more of this. Then I realized I can do breathing as far as focusing. Just walk. But what I try to do these days is to pay attention to sensations. Just as I walk around and I want to relax a little bit, I just start focusing on the wind at me, what my feet are stepping on. And it's just enjoyable to be in the moment. It's very relaxing. It lets my brain. I'm trying to do this thing where when I try to fall asleep and let's say I'm nervous about something, I want to like take whole leg off. Like, you take a set of clothing and you hang it. I want to like, okay, I know I have my life and all that. Can I just take that off for a moment? And that's where my kind of acting passion background comes in a little bit. Like, just let me pretend I'm something else. Let me just take off this role and just not worry about all my life's problems and just be a little bit of a different, like just that without
Right.
that.
Right.
That's where I'm coming to it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely requires a lot of practice because especially at the beginning they tell you, close your eyes and then listen to your breath, just like you're saying, right? But most people when they close their eyes, what's the first thing that comes into their mind?
Their thoughts.
Exactly. And then, you can't focus on your breath, right? So, I think it's baby steps.
Yes.
If you can't sit and meditate for 10 minutes, maybe you like you say, maybe you start off with your eyes open and you focus. A great thing is to, go out to just middle of Mother Nature. Mother Nature is huge, by
Yes.
the way. I
Yes.
think that's something that people don't underestimate a lot is Mother Nature is so amazing. In fact, I make it a point that every time I run in a forested area.
Yes.
And even something as simple as, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but sitting down on the ground
Oh, no. I know what you mean.
or even hugging a tree.
Yeah. Let me give you an example on that out of my life.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm teaching driving, I might have 4 or 5 students a day, right? It's an hour and a half lesson, so it takes like they're long lessons,
Right.
and I might be a little bit tired or a little bit hyper, right? Because excitement translates. I get once in a while wherever I'm at, there's a bit of a forest or something. I got a break, and just stepping out of my car after sitting in it for 6-7 hours,
Yeah.
and taking that. Feeling the unevenness of the ground beneath my feet, just inhaling that air, there's such a difference. There's such a feeling of ease, every little root as I'm stepping. I used to try to work barefoot as well.
So that's
that feels
that's
so
huge.
good. Yes.
So Mother Nature grounds you.
Yeah.
Just by natural, Mother Nature will ground you. That's why when you go to the beach and you take your shoes off and you put your feet down on the sand,
It's
you're like
so
right
good.
away, you're calming sensation, right?
Yes.
That's the earth calming you down.
Yeah. Yeah.
People
yeah.
don't realize that. And it's the same thing if you hug a tree. That tree, the roots
Yeah.
are connected right down to the ground.
Well, I love just leaning back at a tree.
At a
It
tree,
just,
right?
yeah.
And a lot of times, if you can't, so it goes back to the meditation. If you can't start by meditation, try this. Go, go to like a park or something. Even if you want to sit down on your bench, you don't have to just sit down on your bench, take your shoes off, and just put your feet straight down into the ground, and then focus on a point in that park.
Mm-hmm.
And before you know it, you're gonna find yourself meditating.
Yeah.
Your problems, if you have a problem, right? If something's dwelling on you, go just try it out. Go to a park, sit down, take your shoes off, it's gonna look. You're gonna look weird,
That's
but who
fine.
cares? I
Yeah.
mean, you're doing this for yourself. Who
Yes.
cares what anybody's
Yes.
saying? And just do that, and you'll see. Just look at it, and you'll see. Even if it's just focusing on one leaf
Yeah.
of a tree, you'll see that you're going to start meditating. It just naturally comes.
So I find for me, it's a little bit different. It's not focusing on one thing. It's letting my gaze defocus.
Sure.
Just you start to notice, oh my
Sure.
God, there's birds. There's all these things happen.
Whatever works for you.
I remember staring at the ground
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden realize just how many insects are on it.
Right.
You just start to see movement. I mean, you're like,
Right.
oh my God, there's so much here, right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And what happened to all your problems and all the stuff that you're thinking about at that time?
Well, I think it depends. So I mean,
Even if it's for a minute,
it just falls away.
right? Even if it's for a minute. So now all you have to do is just take that and just every day prolong it a little bit more.
Okay.
That's it. And before you know it, you're going to be meditating 20, 25, 30 minutes, no problem,
Do you ever meditate on death?
all the time.
Do you mind talking about that?
Sure.
I guess why? Like from your perspective?
I was close to it.
Okay.
And this was a big turning point for me. At 17 years old, I was in a big car accident.
Okay.
In fact, I was underneath a tractor trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lucky I survived.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to myself, I don't know why I survived, because I was a very selfish person.
Mm-hmm.
Very selfish. I was completely like the 180 of what I am today.
Yeah.
And I always said to myself, why did I survive this thing? I mean,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean that's why I do it.
Yeah, I want to latch onto something there actually. The why aspect. Because a lot of people ask, why? I think, in a way, we almost don't get to decide that. Even like let's figure the spiritual. Let's take that just for a moment.
Okay.
I don't get to decide what impact I have on the people around me. I don't. I mean, to some degree, obviously, I do. But if somebody loves me, I kind of don't have a say in that,
Sure.
right? If people love us and they appreciate who we are, it's almost like that's not up to us. So what's interesting to me about you saying that, right? It's you have that thought, but like if everybody who knew you were pulled overwhelmingly, they were probably no, we like this guy, we want him. Okay, yeah, maybe he's a bit of a rascal once in a while or something, but good heart, all of that. And I mean, I think it's we don't realize the impact we make on people. We don't.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. And we're blessed if we ever do get a sense of it sometimes.
Sure.
A friend of mine once told me just how much he appreciated me actually helping him learn guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in my head, we were just playing music.
Mm-hmm.
I was just having fun.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how much it mattered to him, right? And I would not have known that if he didn't say that.
Sure.
But yeah, sorry, go on. Yeah.
No,
So,
and the same,
yeah.
and to add to that, exactly what you said, and the same goes for hatred too. If somebody hates you, it's true. You
Yeah.
can't control that.
Yeah.
So let it be.
Yeah.
They hate you. They hate you. There's a reason why they hate you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember, behind hate, there's always fear.
Tell me more. What do you think about that?
If anybody that comes to you and has hatred towards you,
Okay.
you got to tell yourself right there.
Interesting.
You got to tell yourself right there and then they're coming from a bad place, mentally in their head,
Yeah.
because no good intentional person will come up to another person and just want to put them down.
Yeah. And I guess it might not even have to. Fear doesn't necessarily have to be about you. It might be a
It's
situation
insecurity.
that's in their head.
It's
Something's bothering them and lash out.
it's insecurity.
Okay.
For somebody to come up to you and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, Oleg, I don't like whatever."
Yeah.
Nobody has to do that. Even if I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, say I don't like your sweater.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I commented this morning. I like your sweater. Even if I don't like your sweater, I'm not gonna go and say, "Hey, Oleg, I don't like your sweater."
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
What do I get? What do I get out of telling you that I don't like something that you're wearing?
Yeah.
It's not to make me any better. It's just to put you down. So I've got to be coming from a bad place.
Yeah. I've always thought to myself, like whenever I am doing things I love, right? And by the way, yeah, with the microphone we can adjust that because as you were talking, I was just moving this thing around.
Yeah.
Because I just don't want you to kind of like lean like this.
Yeah.
We don't want that. But
Okay.
yeah. No, yeah. So I always wonder, like, what do you care? Okay, so let's use your example. What do you care if you don't like my sweater? That's all the sweaters don't like.
But a lot of
You know,
people, well, a lot of people would be
yeah.
offensive to that.
But I feel like for me, I think my thought would be like, okay, that's not my fashion choice. I'd love to know though. Clearly they like it, so there's something that draws them. What's their life experience that like? I think curiosity is an antidote to so many things. I think it's an antidote to impatience. Actually, I don't know, but I've always felt like people, people comment. I appreciate that when I do the teaching, I'm patient, but it's almost like I'm curious. If something's not landing or not connecting in my head, I'm like, oh, well, why? Where's the disconnect? My detective hat comes on. I start to, you want to prod, okay, because it's, I don't know. I hear you. You're right. That's a really good point for me to take away. I did not think about it like that. But you're right. I can see that in most cases people come from fear for sure.
100%.
Or insecurity, yeah.
100%.
Huh.
Because nobody in their right mind is going to put somebody down just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
And, you see a lot of people nowadays, especially, commuting to work, people are angry.
Yes. And you know what? I feel righteous anger.
Yeah.
I think that one, it's when you're angry and
Right.
you feel it's justified.
Right.
That person needs to be taken down, destroyed, whatever.
Oh, this guy cut me off. Now I got to go and cut him off.
Right.
Whereas,
right.
you know what? The guy cuts me off. The right thing should do is double thumbs up. Hey,
Yeah.
way to go, man. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Why are you getting angry that somebody cut you off, man?
Yeah. Yeah, like for all, okay, I'll give you another one too. One thing that bothers me, actually, what I try to do if I see someone that bothers me, like currently my pet peeve is cars with loud mufflers.
Okay.
Like that's so.
Damn, I'm a car guy and I have my cars loud as hell.
Right. So.
But that's because I'm a car guy.
Yeah,
It's a little bit.
that's fine.
I see where you're coming from, but yeah, there's people. Especially younger guys. They do it because it's a nuisance.
Yeah, I don't know. I think most people do it because it's fun to be in one of those.
Or is it because they want attention? I mean, if you have something loud, right away everybody's going to gravitate to look at it, right?
Okay.
So is it really attention?
I mean, it could be a number of things,
Yeah,
right?
right.
It could be attention. It could be insecurity and desire to assert yourself in the world. Like this is me. This is my thing. It's also just fun because my dad's car has a bit of a broken muffler, and when I drive it, it is enjoyable to hear the engine rev.
Okay.
But I just sat down and talked to a guy, and it was interesting because I don't want to just simmer inside if something bothers me. I actually want to engage, and I've tried to engage in a way that's. I don't want to come to it from a judgmental point of view. I might have all my thoughts and whatever, but I try to set it aside and like, look. And I was with this guy, very honest. I literally joined him at a Burger King because he pulled over and I was having my meal. And I was like, do you mind if I join you? I wanted to ask you about your car. He's like, okay.
And he was okay with that?
Yeah, it was okay. I mean,
This was a younger guy?
No, older gentleman,
Oh, okay.
probably in his 50s. And I just said, look.
Do you think that if it was, I didn't mean to cut you off, but as you're saying this, my mindset, if he was in his 20s, would you sit down with and talk with you? You think so?
I think it's not fully in my control, but I think my approach would matter a lot here.
Okay, all right.
Because when I approach, I really try to listen. I'm not coming to this from an anger place. I'm curious and I want to talk. And I said, like, flat out, look, I have a noise sensitivity. Like the loud bangs of the car, it bothers me. Again, I'm not being confrontational here, but if you don't mind me asking, like from your perspective, like how do you approach it, right? And that's kind of how I start a conversation, right?
So when you said that to him, what was his response to you?
His response was, "I have a switch that turns it on and off."
Oh, wow, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he said, "So if you're with the neighbors, you know, it's a weird energy at that point." Because again, I genuinely try, because you said it is about intent. It's how you approach, and I do believe in approaching things with kindness, right? Also, I think it's really good to approach with minimal force necessary. You don't want to start a fight when there necessarily isn't the need for one, right?
Right.
Escalate if you have to, sure, but don't if you don't have to, right? So, yeah, when the energy was weird because he could tell I'm not happy about it, but I'm not coming at it with anger. I'm not coming at it with frustration at him.
And that's why I asked you that question.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Okay.
And then I tried to sort of again just kind of guide it along. And then we just ended up chatting for like 30 minutes, just about life, about just, yeah. Because that conversation ran its course in about 5 minutes.
Did you get anything interesting out of the conversation that you took with you?
I would have probably wanted to push more. No. I mean, I think it's a bit of a confirmation of what I thought, in that in his mind, he's doing it in a way that's not annoying.
Okay.
So specifically when he comes back to his neighborhood, he turns it off so he doesn't annoy his neighbors every single time. If I'm very honest, I kind of felt I wanted to express my frustration more, but I don't know if I would have gotten them. I don't think that would have gotten me anywhere.
Right.
Because it's like, I think everybody does this on an individual basis, right? I used to drive around blasting my music. And my thinking, because sometimes it's just nice to have loud music for a little bit. And my thinking is, well, it's just me. You're never gonna encounter me again. I'm just driving through this neighborhood.
Right.
But it's not just me, it's everybody else too doing that. But nobody individually is thinking about that. Right. And stopping one person individually won't help. So no, I guess I didn't get that much interesting stuff out of it.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Regarding that conversation,
Yeah.
was he receptive to what you had to say?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yes.
Did
He was very open.
He was very open. Did he talk a lot about himself, or more into what you had to say?
No, he was curious about what I had to say.
What you had to say. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I
would take that as a learning.
How do you mean?
Well, here you have a gentleman. Okay. You said he was how old?
Probably 50.
50. So about my age.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a car guy.
Him too.
Okay. I'm a car guy. I modified my car because it's a muscle car. I like for it to sound a certain way, and I could see where if he's a car guy, he'll have that approach. If he wasn't a car guy, I could guarantee you he would have a different approach.
I see what you're saying.
You see where I'm going with it, right?
The reasoning
for that muffler sound.
So let me ask you this then. There are veterans, just as an example, right, who have PTSD,
right,
for whom that would be a problem. And again, I'm coming to this as this is not like literally as a factual statement. Is that something you think about when you're driving with a loud car? Like literally, is that just a
no?
Okay,
no. Like I might think if I'm driving with my car
and all that,
and if there's a veteran with PTSD, am I thinking about him?
Yeah.
No, because I don't know he has PTSD.
Right.
Now, if there's somebody that I know will affect them.
Yeah. Then you would,
Then I mean, I don't have a switch on my car.
Yeah.
But there's ways that you can make your car quieter, right?
Actually, I have a question I really want to ask you.
Go ahead.
So because you're coming to it from you enjoy that. So when you hear loud cars, what's your approach? How do you I'm guessing you don't get angry about it.
I don't get angry, but
What are your thoughts?
But it all depends on. For me, it all depends to the environment. Okay, so I mean, if you're
And I really don't mean to put you on the spot,
no,
right? It's
no,
yeah,
it's a difference if you're on the highway driving and you go to pass somebody, and obviously, more flow through your engine, which means more flow through your exhaust, which means a louder sound.
yeah,
That's one thing. When you're going through a development in a school area and there's a bunch of kids and you decide to gun it just to show off, that's a
yeah,
different scenario.
yeah.
And mostly you see that. That's why I asked you the age of the gentleman.
Yes,
It's stuff like that. I mean, age is a big factor, right? Because maturity is a big thing.
that's true.
I mean,
That's true.
I
That's
was
true.
always a car guy. So you go back to say when you were younger, you used to crank up your music. I had a huge system,
Yeah.
right? I always had cars. I always liked to fix them up. That was always my thing. Even my son now took over because we're big Formula One fans now, right? So
Yeah.
we love cars.
I wish I had a garage. I'd love to
Oh,
work on cars.
well,
Yeah.
I could talk to you about that.
Okay.
I'm not good at working on them. I'm terrible on that. I don't know much about cars. I'm great at driving them.
Okay.
Always have been.
Okay.
But so I could relate, as young, you crank up your music, you have the loud car because it's an attention thing. You see girls, you see even other guys, you want to show off your car, right? At my age now, it's a completely different experience.
Okay.
I could still have the loud car, right? But you
But you
won't
like
see
the acoustics of
but
it.
but you will not see me. First of all, not even a lot of people know that I have a car because it's tucked away in my garage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not into showing off my stuff. I rather,
You like the experience of it.
I like the
It's for
experience of
you.
it.
It's for
Right.
you. It's a special thing for you.
exactly. So that's the reason why I was asking you
Okay.
what you got out of that conversation with that person.
Yeah, I don't think I got any closer to whatever the heck it is I wanted in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I got, and I don't know if I will. I mean, I think the next question is like, well, okay, how do I deal with it, my annoyance? Because I can't control the world. I don't want to get frustrated. It's annoying to be frustrated. So how do I control that inside of me? My solution so far has been, and this is how I would approach generally people like doing silly things on the road too. I kind of try to put myself in their shoes. I'm like, oh, they're having fun. I hope they're okay. But like, look, they're having fun. Maybe I can get some secondhand joy out of this. Maybe I can try to pretend what it's like to be them.
What annoys you? Give me an example. Like, what would annoy you that you try to like?
I get annoyed when somebody's actions, and maybe more reckless actions, when they interfere with well-being of other people.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't.
That's
yeah,
justifiable.
I don't get annoyed if somebody just does silly things on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I get really annoyed if somebody's tailgating somebody else. Because why are you tailgating?
Yeah.
It's things like that. But I've also learned, because I've tried to engage with people like that, and I learned they in their head they think they're right, at least in the moment.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do. Again, the most useful way to engage, in my experience, is to come at it in a non-judgmental, non-aggressive. Not if people have to defend themselves, even if they're wrong, they will defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
The example I have is there was a guy I was once driving late at night, and there was a guy in a really nice Mercedes. Just he applied his brakes hard enough that I actually let my car roll forward. I was about to gun it because I thought he was going to re-ram me, but he stopped. And then he pulled up beside me next slide. I don't think he was thinking about any of it. He was blasting music. He was clear he was having a good time. Like he was just having a good day, and he was just all of his body, and he's driving. It's a nice car, and I wanted to kind of address it, but I don't want to yell at the guy. I can see he's having fun, so I opened my window. I said, "Listen, man, it's a really nice car. I can see you love it and you're having fun, but back there, I thought you were gonna kill me. I literally was afraid for my life."
Okay.
That's all I said. And oh my God, I could feel that hit him so hard. I kind of regretted saying it. He got so sad, right?
Wow.
He wasn't, sorry, and that's it.
Wow.
Right? It got, but and so that's you always approach with empathy. I don't know why people are doing that stuff, right? All I can do is communicate my experience, right?
Power of words.
It is.
And you see how much that demeanor of it changes because of the way you delivered that message.
Yes.
Instead of if you go, yo, what the fuck, man? Like,
Yeah, that's not gonna do much.
It's not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
That's why I keep on saying anybody that comes you at that angle, they're not in the right headspace.
Yeah, and you got to also, if you are going to engage, you have to diffuse it. You have to wind things down enough that people can afford to be vulnerable.
Absolutely.
I think giving people an out, giving people a way to save face is really important in that case too.
Yes. Yes.
Like it's like, I'm so, maybe you have really nice brakes. Maybe you didn't realize how quickly you can, something, right? It's like, oh yeah, no, the car is really nice.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. I want to see if we can get a little bit about discipline. Can we talk about discipline?
Yeah, I'll give you like maybe another
It's
5-10 minutes.
Sure. Yeah.
Have to go. But
just call it. Just call it when you're ready.
What do you want to discuss about discipline? Discipline, there's
Why?
why.
Let's start there. Why do discipline? Why is it important? And what do you mean exactly by discipline, actually?
I'm gonna say what I think Mike Tyson. Actually, I'm not gonna say it.
Okay.
This comes from Mike Tyson.
There's a lot of great quotes, by the way.
No, I think what Mike Tyson hit the nail right on the head on this one. Discipline is doing something you hate to do, but doing it like you love it.
Okay.
I think I'll leave it at that because that's what I do every day.
Okay.
If you think about it, that's what it comes down to. Who wants to wake up in the morning and grind? Who wants to go like I'm waking up 4 o'clock in the morning to do my weight training and coming to work here, and then I go for a run during my lunchtime. And there's 100 and something people in this building. Nobody else is doing that.
Yeah.
But I gotta do it. I have to do it. Because if I don't do it at the end of the day, I'm not going to feel good about myself.
Mm-hmm.
And you tell me, there's 24 hours in a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's break this down because this is what I do for discipline.
Mm-hmm.
You work 8 hours.
Yes.
Okay? Even at those 8 hours, you're not really working those 8 hours.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, most people, yeah.
Half of the people are shooting the shit half the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many hours does that leave you? Now let's add another 8 hours tops. I mean, I don't get 8 hours of sleep, but let's add another 8 hours. So now you're 16 hours, right? You still have another 8 hours for 24, right?
Yeah. Well, you probably want to add an hour for commute each way as well.
Okay, fine.
So yes, you have 6.
6.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that after those 6 free hours, you can't put 1 hour every day into yourself? Into bettering yourself?
No, that's fair. Yeah. Okay.
What does it take for discipline, man? I'm putting 2 to 3 every day. Between my meditation, my working out, and my stretching, I'm putting 2 to 3. I have 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
I have a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
If I could do it, anybody could do it. There's no hard work behind discipline.
So why don't you think people do it?
Because they just don't want to.
But why don't they want to? I'm not trying to go like why, but genuinely, because it's.
Because here's the thing,
Mm-hmm.
it goes back to people only pray when they need to.
Yeah, okay, fair, true.
You only worry about your health when something happens to you.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yep.
It's the same thing as praying. Only when something happens, oh God, please don't let this happen to me. Where were you all the other time?
Yeah.
Where were you every other day? You weren't talking to me. Oh, now you need me?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing hard about discipline. You just have to get up and do it. This is what makes me angry. I don't get angry easy, but this is what makes me mad. It's the weak people of the world.
Mm-hmm.
They're weak. If I was my daughter, you saw my daughter was here right now, right?
Yeah.
And she grinds. She grinds. If I was my daughter's age, I would make this whole place look like nothing.
Yeah.
If I was at her age.
Yeah.
I'm 53 years old, and I'm grinding more than 20, 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
You gotta want. It's just you gotta just. It's like Nike says.
Well, it's motivation though. No, it's not.
No, motivation is crap. Motivation is crap. Motivation. You're right now. I'll be talking to you here, and you're motivated because oh fuck, you know what, Carlos, he goes for a run every day.
No, that's not the motivation. I mean intrinsic. So I disagree with you a little bit because the key thing I think in what you said, because I asked you why you do it, and you said because at the end of the day I'm gonna feel like crap.
Right.
Right. That's a cool ringtone.
I'm a car guy.
That's right.
Let me just let you know that I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go to voicemail.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So. No. You have some very specific internal motivation. Now, again, later on we could maybe try to get into what's behind that.
Right.
Like, why do you? Yeah, let's leave that aside. But you have some strong internal motivation.
Right.
We talked earlier, like way earlier before we started the podcast. We talked about young people, and we were talking about how you were thinking they could be a lot more motivated, and I think they have too much to do, which I think they're not mutually exclusive. You're going to have too much to do without any clear reason why, right? I think once you find something that you would do even if nobody's looking or nobody's paying. I'll give you an example. I love composing music. That's one of my things. I try to put in an hour into creativity every day. I do 3D modeling with Blender, like video game type thingies. I love characters. I love making like human characters and animating them. And I try to put in music. For me, music is like drugs. I make my own drugs, basically.
Yeah.
It's and if I don't do it for 3, 4, 5 days, there's a monkey inside of me that starts to go nuts. It starts clawing at a thing. I have to do it. It's the same thing with anything I really want. So then my question to you is, do you agree? Do you agree that that is the motivation?
No.
No? Okay.
I do it for a different reason.
Okay.
So I do it. I do it to callous my mind.
Okay.
You know how, when you're working with your hands,
Yeah.
and at the beginning, your hands are, when you don't use them,
Yeah.
you're going to start developing calluses. And then as you keep on using it, your calluses develop. And then eventually your skin gets hard.
Okay.
And then you could just keep on doing it because you've developed a callus, right? It's like a padding.
So is then the reason for you, because that's also not a why, right? And again, I'm not trying to do the infinite loop, but it's like there's a reason behind that.
I'm getting to it.
Okay.
Yeah. So the same thing applies to the mind.
Okay.
When you do something, and this is why I do it, that you don't want to do.
I see. Okay. I'm starting to see.
And you do it every day, you're going to callous your mind.
Yeah. You're building resilience. Okay.
So when the bad times come,
okay,
it's easy.
That's a pretty big internal motivation.
Absolutely.
That's a really big.
But we're going to go back to motivation now. And this is why I say motivation is crap. Motivation is crap to me. Because motivation, I could be talking to you about, okay, so I'm grinding every day. And you could get motivated by it, right? Mm-hmm. And then you feel like, okay, I want to go for a run. Or I want to go work out. Or I want to do something to better myself, right? And you'll do that because everything lines up. Like things are good at home. Things are good with you. The weather's nice. Yes. Everything's good, right? So you go out. I have to do. What about when things aren't good at home? What about when the weather's not good?
Yeah. No, that's...
Motivation goes out the door.
Well,
what steps in? Discipline. Discipline is going to tell you, hey, you got a headache?
Okay.
You're going to go. Things aren't good at home?
Yeah, you're going to
go.
You got to. Okay.
That's discipline. Discipline, I'll go back to Goggins saying it, is the only thing, and I will say this 1,000,000 times, that changes your DNA.
Okay.
It could take you from the bad mood to the good mood like this.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, I'm parsing it. Yeah.
And that's the difference. People ask me, you know what? How can I stop now? Where's your discipline? How can I stop? I've put so much work every day, right, into getting my objective. Remember the 4,000 kilometers?
Yeah.
I got to run every day. Remember?
Yeah.
I put so much work now. Do you think that if like say for example today you talked about not getting much sleep? I got 4 to 5 hours too.
Yeah.
Do you think now, oh, I'm tired, I'm not going to go for my run? No.
Yeah.
Discipline is going to tell me you better go for that run, because you know what? When you go home tonight and you're driving home and your devil's telling to yourself, Carlos, you're a wimp. You're a wimp. No. You got to have your angel on the other side saying, you're a bad boy.
I just had a really funny thought pop into my head as you saw me laughing. What popped into my head is like, discipline is there for when willpower fails.
There you go.
I think that might be a good way to put it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's why discipline out trumps anything.
Yeah.
Anything. And so we go back to the meditation. If you want, the meditation is to compartmentalize all that thing. Your discipline in that shelf. Your issues with that guy that cut you off on that shelf.
You know what's funny? Yeah, it's a house metaphor. It's a clean house metaphor. It's having, the meditation, the mind is so that everything's on a shelf and neat and it doesn't trip you up. Discipline is there for achieving your goals. Yeah, when willpower fails. And then motivation, we're really talking about intrinsic. Like, why? Where am I going? What do I want to achieve? Why? Because you could do anything, really. I mean, let's set semantics aside. Most people can do most of the things they want, right?
You can do anything
most people can do all the things they want.
Because
most people's dreams are highly achievable.
Right.
I
mean, you can't fly. Not yet.
As a pilot, I disagree.
No, I mean fly on your own.
I know what you mean. You can fall really
fast. I mean, you could glide, but eventually you come down, right?
Yeah.
So those are unrealistic.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. That's what I mean, right? Semantics aside. Right. Yeah. Being an astronaut is just a huge selection. Like, there's so few people. But most people don't have those exact dreams.
Right.
Most people's actual deep down, if you sit them down and you're like, okay, what do you really want? What would you really love right now? No matter how your life is, what would be a thing you would want to add? Right. Like, it's the same thing with me. Like I said, I'm also on 4 hours of sleep, but I'm here because I really want this. Right. I love this podcast. I love this idea. I freaking want it. Yeah.
You said that 3 times by the way, in this podcast.
Okay, good.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
The more, and that's another thing about meditation. That's manifesting, by the way. If you put it out there, and you speak it, and that goes back to what we'll maybe talk on the next episode about the 3D meditation.
Yeah.
If you speak it, and I mean speak it, not internally, out.
Okay.
You're manifesting it to the universe.
Okay. Should we call it here?
We should call it here. I think this is a perfect way to stop
Carlos.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Oleg. I appreciate it.
Appreciate that. Okay.
All the best. And
yes. Yeah. Yeah. We'll be back.
I hope so.
Good. Yeah.